Stay ahead with real-time breaking news and intelligence updates from around the nation. Your trusted source for reliable and insightful information.
You are listening to the Excellence in Online Broadcasting Network.
Welcome to DC Intel, your go-to source for breaking news and intelligence updates from around the nation. Stay informed with the latest developments, insightful analyses, and comprehensive coverage of key events. Follow us to never miss an important story and join the conversation on what's happening in our country. Together, let's stay ahead of the news.
We would like to invite you to become a DC Guardian. A Guardian is someone who supports us with a gift of $10 a month. And you will also receive a beautiful DC decal so you can post your support. And also, you will get email updates for Guardians only, plus special discounts on products and functions and conferences to come. Please click on the donate button on our eiobn.com website to support. Once again, on behalf of the Excellence in Online Broadcasting Network, thank you.
Here are a few reasons to support DC Intel. 1. Timely updates. Get the latest breaking news and intelligence updates as they happen. 2. Reliable information. Depend on us for accurate and credible news sources. 3. Insightful analysis. Gain deeper understanding with our expert analysis and comprehensive coverage. 4. Community engagement. Join a community of informed and engaged individuals who care about current events. 5. Transparency. We are committed to transparency in all our reporting, helping you to see the bigger picture. 6. Convenience. Stay informed on the go with easy access to updates through our social media platforms. Supporting DC Intel means staying informed and connected with the news that impacts our nation.
If I give you one message to hold in your hearts today, it's this. The more people tell you it's not possible, that it can't be done, the more you should be absolutely determined to prove them wrong. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. Relish the opportunity to be an outsider. Embrace that label. Being an outsider is fine. Embrace the label. because it's the outsiders who change the world and who make a real and lasting difference. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead. You must keep pushing. And always have the courage to be yourself.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
But from today and from the day I take the oath of office, we will rapidly drive prices down and make America affordable again. We're going to make it affordable again. So as much as you can, do something that you love, work hard, and never, ever give up, and you're going to be tremendously successful. Tremendously successful. Thank you. God bless our military. God bless the memory of the fallen. God bless our Gold Star families. And God bless America. Thank you very much.
You are listening to your source for trusted intel and news. You're listening to Live with DC.
Hey there, it's your favorite president. You need to be listening to my friend DC. He's a trusted source and won't lead you astray.
Thank you for listening to You Host DC, your trusted source for intel and news.
Let's get ready to rumble!
All right. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. It is DC back in the seat behind the mic. Thank you for your understanding yesterday. I came on just a little bit yesterday because I wanted to continue to fulfill what we're doing, even though it was a different time. Consistency, right? Consistency. Trying to be as consistent as possible with this. And anyway, it started just a few minutes early today. That way we could get everybody in here and get the boogieing along because we've got a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of stuff to discuss, and just really, there's a lot of stuff here. But anyway, hope you're having a great Friday. We got, give me a second here to pull up this deal, and we're going to get in here in the into the chat. All right, here we go. All right, so we got Jasper, Texas in the house, listening from the gym. Thank you so much. PC. Hello, DC. Glad you're back listening from East Tennessee. Awesome. Hey, DC, listening while working outside today. Awesome, Linda. Hey, Enforcer, how you doing? I sent you a text also yesterday. Let's see. Jeep Girl from Dallas, Georgia. Love your show. Thank you so much, Sandra. We appreciate that. I'm glad that you're back listening again, along with everybody else. Hello. Hey, DC, JSZ 209. Hello to you. Good afternoon from New Mexico. Hey, from Pennsylvania. Hey, howdy from Meat, Louisiana. Hello, DC from Tupelo, Mississippi. Love your show. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Howdy, DC and everyone from Hutchinson, Kansas. All right. Good afternoon, DC from Crook County, Illinois. All right. Hey, Patriots in DC. Hello, Patty. let's see here. Hey, DC from Jefferson City, Missouri. Hey, DC down from Springfield, Missouri. Queen City of the Ozarks. Okay. Sherry Case from Benbrook, Texas in the house. Woohoo. It's Friday. That's right. Bring us some good news on this Friday the 13th. Absolutely. And I do have some good news, guys. That's some real good news. Hello from Mississippi. We love Trump. Thank you so much. Hey, Vicky from Georgia. Good morning, all. West Tennessee in the house. Good afternoon from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Good afternoon from Townsend, Tennessee. Hey, DC listening on the front porch in Childersburg, Alabama, admiring the Lake. Beautiful day. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Carol, for sitting there and on your porch and listening to us. It's good stuff. Let's see here. We got New Bern, North Carolina. Good afternoon, DC, fellow Patriots, from Amy in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And we're going to talk about North Carolina here in just a little bit. Something coming out of there. Hey, DC from Mississippi. We got 2 inches of much needed rain. Awesome. Glad it didn't tear too much up on you there. Greetings from Central Vermont. Okay. Love the White Christmas. Watch it every December. You're going to think I'm crazy, Orchard, but actually I turned it on night before last. It's one of my absolute favorites. It's a timeless movie. It's great. A lot of people don't like it. I think it's great. I'm a very big Bing Crosby fan. Even though he's gone, I still, man, it's good stuff. Let's see here. Hey, DC, great show. Duncan, Oklahoma in the house also. Don't forget to hit the like and thumbs. That's right. I have a neighbor on the next street over that has a sign in her yard that says Christians for Kamala Harris. Well, good for her or them, whatever. Raleigh, North Carolina in the house. Happy Friday from Missouri in the house. Let's see here. DC, give us some good news. Connecticut in the house. Awesome. I got some good news for you today. Adjust the volume on the picture. Okay, sorry, it's somebody else. Happy Friday from the dirt roads of Midway, Texas. ADC from Carroll in Beaufort, Georgia. Hello from Castleton, Vermont. Man, what a difference. Hello from Texarkana, Texas. Brenda, good to have you in here. Stanford, Kentucky in the house. Ohio in the house. Let's see here. Good afternoon. Hope all is well from Poolsville, Texas. Thank you for all you do, DC, from RC and EC in Raleigh, North Carolina. Pray for you daily. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for being absolutely such loyal listeners. Great to have you, everybody on here today. Make America affordable again. And that'd be great, wouldn't it? Hey, DC from Carson City, Michigan. Hello, all from Wisconsin, I guess. Can't see it here. Let's go. We got it. Hello, DC from Wallace, North Carolina. Happy Friday from Kansas. Listening to DC on my birthday. Yay. Well, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I hope you have many, many more. Hello from Panama City Beach, Florida. Hello from, Bloomingdale, Ohio. My eyes are messing up here. Hello from Cartersville, Georgia. Clinton, Tennessee in the house. Walton, Kentucky in the house. Hello, Tennessee. Go Big Orange. All right. Have you heard yet if they caught the shooter in Kentucky yet? No, I haven't heard anything on that, but I have my thoughts on that. Afternoon, DC from Munfordville, Kentucky. Happy birthday, Wrangler. That's right. Everybody wish her happy birthday. Hey, DC, listening to Southwest Georgia on a rainy day. Hello from Columbia, Kentucky. Let's see, Friday the 13th. Yeah, and it is. I'm betting no one in Springfield, Ohio identifies as a cat now. Yeah, exactly. That's funny there. That is funny there. Yeah. Let's see. Maybe that's how we take care of that problem in the schools of people identifying as cats and dogs. We take a bunch of migrants and put them in there as teachers. And we'll see if little Susie wants to still be a cat and pee in the litter box in the bathrooms. Let's see here. Lenore, Tennessee, Lenore City, Tennessee in the house. DC Pam, good to have you here. Thank you. Hello, DC from Mesa, or Arizona. Thank you for all you're doing and your help to get us through this hard time. Absolutely. Anytime. Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina in the house. Freeport, Pennsylvania in the house. Happy Friday from the dirt roads of Midway, Texas. Got that one. Maiden, North Carolina in the house. Thank you so much to have us with the journey. Thank you so much for on this journey. Linville, Alabama. Eckhart, Indiana. Thank you so much, Ron. Hello, DC from Willow Spring, North Carolina. Hey, DC from Centerville, Indiana. Getting to catch all your lives. Great. Hi from Oregon. Michigan in the house. Good morning from Las Vegas. I made another day live. Yay. Awesome. Thank you so much, Shirley. Hey, DC from Hartsville, Georgia. A great day to be alive. What's coming is going to be biblical. Absolutely. It's all biblical. I know a lot of good people. Maybe one day we'll tighten in on Revelation someday. How about that? Let's see here. Okay. Caught you on at the beginning of today. Hope everyone's having a great day. Thank you so much, Kino Queen. DC, do you want a souvenir from UK? I'll be back in 6 months. Yeah, absolutely. Bring me something back. White Christmas, great movie. DC from Long Island, New York. Awesome sauce there. Sullivan, Indiana in the house. The Bayou's back up in the house again. Jody 19. Hey from Bars, West Virginia. Hello. Let's see who else we got here. Hand pink waving. Hand pink. Yeah. Good afternoon, DC from Muskogee, Oklahoma. Good afternoon from Brainbridge, Georgia. Love your show. Hey, DC. Hey, DC. Thank you so much, Melinda. Thank you so much. Thank you for everybody that's in here today. Got a good show. Great show. I will try my best. To be as polite as I can. Because it is, everybody's got their whole thing. The old movies are the best. Yes, they are. Can't wait for Trump rally in Long Island. Finally. Awesome. Yeah. So, a lot of things going on. It is, Friday the 13th, but, you can either, you can let these days like this, make you walk around going, man, I should be very careful. What's going, whatever. I choose to live life not in fear. And I choose to celebrate the good things. So anyway, we're going to start off here. Like I said, thank you to Albany, Texas jumped in here. Hello, everyone from Kansas City, Missouri. I'll try to grab any other ones that jump in. If I don't get them, I'm sorry. You all can apologize to them for me, because some people get really upset. But thank you so much for everybody. That's why I kind of started earlier today. Thank you, everybody that's in here. We got a good little bit of people in here between all of our platforms. This is great. So anyway, the big thing is let's talk about the debate real quick. Let's talk about that real quick. The debate, and of course, the debate went on, and Trump, he said it was 3-1, and of course, my thing was this, and I'll say this, and I'm going somewhere, so everybody just hang on tight. I personally don't care if stuff is polite these days. Absolutely. Well, this, Tina. I'm not going to pull any punches, right? Good and well, I will slap a giant between the eye with a rock, right? I have zero problem putting it out there. I'm just trying to make sure that today I'm good. I'm not superstitious or anything. Absolutely, I'm not superstitious either. I'm okay. But anyways, so the debate went on, and you got all this stuff going on. My only question was, and the night of the debate, a couple things stood out to me. One is the fact that Trump would be asked a question, and as soon as he was done answering it, the fact checkers already knew the answer, what they thought was the answer to the question. So many times, there's no way a fact checker, if it really was one, could sit there and add when he would give an answer, completely, immediately dive back in and say, oh, but we've got this and this and this. So here, like I tell you, I pay attention to a lot of detail. Hello, Netherlands, Texas. A lot of detail. And the detail that got me was this, is they asked Trump a question, Okay. Or you said people were eating dogs and cats in Springfield. Fluffy. Oh God, Fluffy. Anyway, you're eating dogs and cats. They're eating them up there, and they're saying, "Well, we've already contacted the city of Springfield, and they said no such thing has happened." So that wasn't a question. That was a trap. That was an absolute trap. That was something to trap somebody up. That's not a debate. That's not a debate at all. It kind of bothered me. Not only that, a couple other things, and I know a lot of people has said over and over, there's no way, the earrings that she wore was an earpiece and all that stuff. And there was tons of people debating it. I even had friends of mine that's like, "Hey, that dude, that's not right, right? That's not right. That's just fake." And that's fine if they want to believe that. That's fine. Everybody, and here's the thing: everybody can think however they want to think. That's the great thing about this show. I'm not here to convince you. I'm not here to kiss your butt. I'm here to present things to make you think. That way, you as an American can start being more of a free thinker and thinking for yourself versus trusting mainstream media and trusting these politicians. Because there's never going to be a politician that's going to do exactly what we want them to do, including Trump, guys. There will be things that he does that you didn't want him to do, or Kamala, or we know Biden. Lord of mercy. But anyways, so there's earpieces. So the earpieces, all that's fake. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. It's not real. It's not real. And it was the what was it? The Nomad H1 or something like that. And what happened within that was the company that makes those released an official statement and said, "Hey, we can't 100% say these are ours. Okay. But these are ours." They weren't intended to be used, Nova H1, right? They were not intended to be used in circumstances like this, but I guess it is. And a lot of people was just so bent out on that. Here's the thing. If you really think that we're going to have that things like that are not going to happen, you're crazy. Because we live in a world where everyone is so dependent upon a computer. Me too. We're so dependent upon these things. We're dependent upon people talking to us, dependent upon how we're going to see things. That this is nothing new. This is nothing new. This stuff's been going on for years. But yeah, the Nova H1 earrings. But the company itself in Germany has validated that it was theirs. I don't care if Bobby, Jane, Jill, whoever it may be, will say that, but see, no, it was debunked. You cannot debunk the creators, okay? You cannot debunk the creator of the earpieces. Okay? You just can't do it. And so that bothered me because I'm like, okay, here we go. We got another Joe Biden up here that's got to be dependent upon someone walking him through steps. I mean, come on. Really? I mean, when you go to church, does your pastor have earpieces and someone's telling him, well, the scripture says in John 1, no. They don't. And neither should the politicians. If they don't know what they're going to talk about and don't have it in their mind and don't have it straight, then they probably they probably shouldn't be up there. And that's the crazy thing. So not only that, so you got all that going on. And I just thought it was very crazy. And we played it yesterday. I think it was yesterday, of the body language, the department from that does all that stuff for the Department of Justice, FBI, does all that stuff, was reading the body language of each other and how her body language was just, she was whacked, man. She was whacked. You could tell she was nervous, which is, you know, I'd be nervous just being in front of that many people live on TV. I'd be afraid that I'd get mad and say something I shouldn't say, but it is what it is. But anyway, so she does that, and the questions and all that stuff, to me, everything seemed just so played out like it was a script. And before you all go, yeah, everything is a movie, it's central casting. This is not central casting. This is a trap. And now we have Mark Penn coming out. Now, I played it yesterday, the audio of Kamala and her husband going back and forth, and her saying on the audio, because it was a secretly recorded by someone in her own camp. Imagine that, being around a bunch of Judases. Yeah. But anyway, someone in her own camp records her and her husband go back and forth and arguing, and she says, I am here. I'm going to be here as long as it takes to memorize these questions that they're giving me. So yeah, you can be somewhat prepared if you have everything in advance. Of course, those will come out. That's not true. Not true. Now you have Mark Penn. If you don't know who it is, go Google him. He's former top advisor to Bill Clinton, Hillary and Bill Clinton. Because now we have ABC whistleblower is going to release an affidavit claiming that the Harris campaign was given the questions that were essentially the same questions that were given during the debate. I'm reading this, as well as assurances that Trump would be fact checked and that she would not. And here's the thing, given how Kamala's answers were rehearsed, it's nuts. This whistleblower needs to come out. It's going to come out. And as soon as it comes out, everybody's going to try to debunk it. Oh, it's not true. It's not true. Sort of like nothing's going on in Spring. I saw a video this morning of some lady. Here's an official police report from Springfield. Not a thing is happening. Everything that you're all posting is fake. It's not real. What a bozo. What a bozo. Yeah, I'll play you this here. This is actually a former Clinton advisor calling. Now, those of you that are big Clinton supporters, you should be really gung-ho about this, right?
He believes that a full investigation should be done on ABC, top to bottom, all the text, all the emails, everything, because he believes that there was collusion. Not that they were biased. We already established that. But there was collusion. Number one, they gave her sample questions. Well, the sample questions were the real questions. That's number one. Number two, Mark Penn is alleging the second thing is that they told her she wouldn't get fact checked. Now, if you tell somebody, we are not going to fact check you, that's what you tell them. Well, then that gives them free rein to say anything she wanted. So she knows she's not going to be caught in a single lie. So she can say all this stuff. She can lie about everything, knowing that they were not going to fact check her because they said we're only going to fact check Trump. Therefore, it gave her free rein in this debate to say whatever lie she wanted.
Okay. And that's exactly what happened. She got free rein to do it. I told you it would come out the night we went on live after the debate or during the debate and after it and was talking. I said, listen, before everyone jumps all around on this, before anyone does anything, wait a second, because we will see it all come out in the wash here in the next couple days. Excuse me. And that's exactly what's happening. And here's the thing. There is no one in the political realm that is loyal to each other. Proven fact, even with just Mike Pence. There's nobody that's loyal to each other, because it's not about being best friends. It's about business. It's about what they can get, what can be done, and they can get their hands on, and money and power and whatever else they want. One of the things that I'm reminded of is Kim Clement.
However, there is an uncovering of great evil, and I will start from the top. I have shaken the Democrats and will shake the Republicans even more. But remember, when these tremors and when these tumultuous moments happen, Summer says, I will take it so that the fall can do its work in America. Princes of darkness and demonic powers are raging for these two extremely wicked terror organizations to be pierced with the sword of the Lord. Summer, take it. For thus says the Lord, I will prosper my people. And during the fall there shall be many that shall fall, and many that shall rise from the dust. The earth is standing prepared. I shall take it, for the summer shall bring forth much in the temperatures. Strange July, hypnotic November.
And here it comes, guys. Here it comes. It's going to come. It's going to happen. It's going to get here. It's going to come. Everything has happened like he has said. Not that my faith is 100% in just him, but you can't deny. You just can't deny. You already have Pelosi trying to now stir the pot again and saying that Kamala needs to be replaced. And then as soon as she says that stuff, it is yanked from the media. It is yanked offline. It only takes one time of seeing it, screenshotting it, and recording it. There is so much collapse, not only in the Democratic Party, but even in the Republican Party. I believe that everyone's like, I'm Republican, and I'm not trashing anybody on this. I'm just saying, I still am waiting for the bad apples in the Republican Party to be revealed, and not only revealed, removed. And I believe it's going to happen also within the Democratic Party. It's going to happen. It is happening. My God, it is happening. There is a lot of this that's just crazy. Now, for those that want to play the black card, play the race card, whatever race you are, this lady here that I'm going to play you, she's just herself, just talking. Another person that's been a big supporter of the Democratic Party. And how they're changing their tones on what they're voting for, how they're voting. Remember, I played the other day the families that CNN was interviewing about after the debate. Hey, how do you feel? These are lifelong Democrats. Well, I really don't care. And that's another thing. People was like, I really don't care what they said during the debate. It was the last statements is what got me. Because the last statements are, hey, you know, if you were going to do this job, you would have done it. And you're in the position now to do it. So why don't you go back to your home, go back to DC, get with your boss, sign some papers, and take care of this immigration thing, take care of all this problem going on. But she can't do it. And that was the nail in her coffin. It was nothing else during the whole night. It was that. And they were, in this family, there was like all of them, yeah, we're voting for Trump. Well, why? Why are you going to do that when you're a lifelong Democrat? Because his point was absolutely 100%. She's had 3.5 years and not done it. And if you compare economies and you compare prices of food, gas, utilities, all that compared to Trump's administration, then she sucks pretty bad. Well, but you know what? It's a Biden issue, right? At least they'll say that. They're good about passing the buck. But I want you to hear this lady.
If Kamala Harris wins the 2024 presidency, then the economic depression that was meant for Donald Trump will fall to her administration. And so this is a message for you educated liberals and progressives who somehow missed what's obvious about the economy. We can't afford to be progressive anymore. Like, we printed money, right? We opened borders, flooded the census, which indirectly impacted the cost of living to rise. That's why you can't afford anything. We could not afford to fund Ukraine for your democracy. We could not afford to fund Iran either, but we are. We're spurring World War III. We can't afford to do that, but we are. So here's my point. If you want to focus and fixate on Kamala Harris's genitals and her brown skin, I hope you understand political strategy is making a fool out of you. You see, it's Donald Trump that's supposed to take all the blame for the incoming economic depression. Now that you want to support Kamala Harris at the rate that you're supporting her, that guarantees that she's going to inherit it. And that guarantees that you're going to be going through a depression as an economy together while under her administration. And she just showed you that she's incompetent. She showed you, look at her resume on the border. She showed you that her Marxist subscriptions make her incompetent. They disqualify her from being the leader of the country. And now I'll tell you Republicans and you independents something. I want you to take a fine look at a thought experiment that's just right there. If you pay attention, it's right there in front of your eyes. If you put Donald Trump in the White House, he will be on the end of coups, impeachments. He will take the blame for an economic downturn. This is all to mean that you have to ask yourself, whose administration do you want to be under as you're going through a depression? The depression is very real. It's coming. And it's going to be very scary. And it's going to expose that the same systems that we're trying to abolish and bring down right now are the same systems we're dependent upon. And so I guess in a bid to just stand on the business I stand on when it comes to national divorce, because strategically, the establishment has made a fool out of us. And we're also dealing with liberals and progressives who absolutely 100% show that they sacrifice everything for their ideology. You know, good for them, I guess. But at the end of the day, we have no business sharing a union from this moment forward. If you actually let Kamala Harris ascend to the White House and make a move to secede from the union, you have to make that your fight. You can actually make her presidency moot in your state. You can cut off the policies that travel from the White House to a state near you. You'd be safer going through a depression without Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is going to be focused on taking your guns. She's going to be focused on all the stuff that women generally are, all the feelings stuff. Meanwhile, you're going to see an age where you have to protect your resources and your food and your families and yourselves. Do you want Kamala Harris to be the chief and commander? If you do, listen up. And this is not to be vulgar, but I hope her genitalia and her melanin and her strong Black queen energy gets you through the economic depression that was meant to fall on Donald Trump's lap.
Boom. Wow. Amazing. I think I am encouraged when we actually have people that are actually no longer, what do you want to call it, a puppet to the system. They're no longer just going to take for face value what people say. They're starting to think for themselves. Praise God. Praise God. First time listening. Thank you so much, Lori. Hopefully you come back. Wow. And she made a point there about your guns. And of course, the one thing she left out was your dogs and cats. That's if we have any by that time. Do I think that somebody asked me, do I think it's going to get better? No, I think we're going to go down a big old crap show here. There's no way it can get better unless God Almighty steps in. And not only that, I mean, that's the thing is we put so much faith in a politician. And this isn't to down any candidate because y'all know who I like. Y'all know who I'm before, right? If you don't know by now, you'll never know. But we can't praise a political leader to the point that it's kind of cultish, and we can't praise them to where they're not Jesus, they're not God, they are human. They're going to fail. That's why we can't. You can put faith, say, man, I believe in this candidate. I believe he's going to do what he's going to do. But you can't put so much faith in that candidate, whoever it may be, that if something happens, everybody crumbles. Oh my gosh, they said they're going to send him to prison. You know what? Whatever. Don't worry about it. Everything will work itself out. And it has. And it has. So you lose sleep. You lose all this stuff. Worrying, anxiety. And you should be doing like we're doing down in Alabama. Sitting on the front porch, looking at the lake, letting the wind blow, listen to DC on the radio, and just enjoying the day. Because you know what? As we are, and you should be engaged. We should be engaged in America. We should be making changes. We should be making our voice heard. But at the same time, we cannot let this stuff be our life completely, that we miss out on the good things in life. Because in politics, there's nothing good. There's always going to be backroom deals. That's how it works. One of the things that this lady said about the guns, and I know there ain't no way she would take our guns. She's never said that. I saw that on the debate. She said, I have never said that.
We're not taking anybody's guns away, so stop with the continuous lying about this stuff.
I do believe that we need to do buybacks. I support buybacks.
How mandatory is your gun buyback program?
It's mandatory. We want to ban assault weapons.
We need an assault weapons ban.
We need reasonable gun safety laws in this country, starting with universal background checks and a renewal of the assault weapon ban.
I'm going to stop here real quick. Evidently, she does not realize that the law enforcement that protects her butt when she travels carries these weapons. Okay? Oh, but it's okay for them. It's okay for them, right? No. The Constitution says we have the right to bear arms. It doesn't say it. There is no specific thing to that says arms. Okay? And it doesn't say arms. We can carry what we want. It's our constitutional right. And when politicians step in over the line and start dabbling in with an eraser to erase your constitutional right, they can no longer be considered a legitimate candidate. Period. Because I say it all the time. The U.S. Constitution class was written for who? Who, guys? Come on. Professor DC or whatever, he's asking you. Well, I'll tell you who it is, class. U.S. United States Constitution was written for the United States citizens. Us. It is not the world constitution. But when we have politicians, Democrat or Republican or independent, it really don't matter. Whoever dives into taking those rights no longer needs to be considered a legitimate politician. They are just an activist trying to change something that they don't like. But if you want to really want to do this, Kamala, lead by example. Lead by example. No longer have Secret Service with weapons and have sniper rifles. Have nothing. Give them water guns. Better yet, give them tampons from Tim. Let them hand out souvenirs. Tampon Tim. I do believe that people with mental illness, they don't need a gun. I get it. I'm all for that. Why is that even an argument? But I think if we start to remove our Constitution and our rights, we have a problem.
Congress needs to have the courage to act and renew the assault weapons ban.
So it's clear that we must renew the assault weapons ban.
Let's have an assault weapons ban.
We need an assault weapons ban.
Demanding, as we all do, red flag laws, universal background checks, and a renewal of the assault weapons ban.
We're saying we need reasonable gun safety laws, including universal background checks, and to your point, Chris, a renewal of the assault weapons ban. It's just the right thing to do, but we still need an assault weapons ban. And yeah, I am radical. I do believe that we need to get radical about what we are doing and take it seriously. My decision is my values have not changed.
My values have not changed. What's the old saying? A leopard can't change can't change it. Bread show was amazing. I didn't get a chance to see it. I was out and about. I'll watch it at some point over the weekend. And so anyway, if you're going to do this, and that's with all politicians, if you're going to start wanting your platform, stop trying to convince the people by your words. Let's do that. Start convincing people by being an example. Prove to me, Kamala, that you do not need your Secret Service or even the law enforcement that give you police escorts when you go to these places, that none of them need weapons. Okay, let's do that. Don't even give them give them a stun gun. But that's all you give them. Because they won't do it. Because the problem is not us. The problem is them wanting to be in control and wanting to keep the American people away from the Constitution. And if your voice is mute in this, well, I'm just going to pray about it. You're part of the problem. You're part of the problem. Because it is time. I've known so many churches that the pastor gets up and says something, and after that church is over, the church board, those that are governed by boards, have that pastor in the room, ripping him up, and sometimes fire them. We're more ruthless with our pastors than we are our politicians. We're more judgmental on our pastors than we are politicians. Oh, but they're supposed to be a man of God. Give me a break. They're a man. They're a man. Anybody can be a man of God or a woman of God. Anybody can be used by God. Okay? Let's get that out there. I go to any church. Anyone can be used by God. But we'll let the politicians do what they want to do. No, hold them to the same accountability. Stop voting for people who do not have your best interest at heart and do not really have a pulse on America. But they have a pulse on the LGBT community. They have a pulse on far left. And then they think that's what the world should be. There's no middle of the road nowhere. And that goes on both sides a lot of times. Slaves to the system, exactly. The news in Springfield, Ohio are evacuating schools there. I have seen that. And here's the thing. I was going to touch on that here in a second, but I'm going to tell you something. It's not going to get better because there is no plan to stop this problem. Since somebody brought it up, I'm going to jump on it, and then I'm going to do a commercial. But the other day I played a video or an audio of the sheriff in Ohio doing a press conference. He did another one. Break it down to you real quick just so you understand, because a lot of people will listen to it and then just go, well, what did he say? What he is going to say here is this. He was in D.C. just a couple of days ago, which this video is, I got it yesterday. But anyway, he was in D.C. at the sheriff's thing where once a year, the sheriff's association, all the sheriffs will go out to D.C., FBI, Department of Justice, different people will do classes, we'll talk, and all this other stuff. And not only that, every police chief in America goes out there too, once a year, whatever, and they do their thing too. Okay, law enforcement. Every time they have these things, police chiefs and sheriffs and all that other stuff. Every time the president addresses them and takes questions and all that. This time, there was no president to be found. Okay? And the president that we think is the president, Joe Biden, would not even come to answer their questions because he has a policy. He is not shutting down the border at any time soon. They have no problem with what's happening. And here is the sheriff from Butler County, Ohio.
How's everybody doing today? Okay, we're going to shut the doors. We'll start it all with, my name is Rick Jones. I'm the Butler County Sheriff, Butler County, Ohio. I just came back from a national sheriff's training in D.C. 2 days ago. We were briefed by the FBI director, Ray, the director of the FBI, and several federal agencies. There's 3,300 sheriffs in the United States. The President of the United States refuses to meet with the sheriffs of the 3,300. We have a hierarchy. We have a president. We have a vice president. President of the United States refuses to meet with the sheriffs. He also refuses to meet with the police chiefs of the United States. They have a hierarchy also. He refuses to meet with them to talk about border issues or to talk about crime that's going on because of the border issue. We were also told by Mr. Ray, the FBI director, that there are more red flags going off now than before 9/11. Okay? When I say red flags, meaning people that are here in this country that are wanting to do harm to us. We were also explained we're bombing 2 countries right now. 2 countries. These people do not like us before this started. There's thousands of people here from other countries, 160 different countries. They're here not to be our friends. Some of them are coming because they're wanting to come here to the best country in the world, the way we see it.
But they're not. They're not. They're here to do damage. to do damage. But that's just impossible. They're here to make a better life. Then come the right way. Because when you come the way you've been coming, it's illegal. You're breaking the law. Go home. Go home. How about this? If this narrative keeps getting pushed and pushed, I don't care if Trump is the president or not. If this narrative keeps going on and we keep having, even if he goes and say Trump gets in and he goes, boom, closes the border down, puts a wall up that's so high that an airplane can't get over and no one can get around. And we still have all these hidden cells, all these people that's in here to do damage on America. They're not going to stop. It's not going to stop. They're just waiting for the go ahead to go. I told you all that story right there 2 months ago because I was told and I was notified, hey, there's a lot of hidden cells sitting in America right now. They've been waiting on troops to come to help carry out things. They're here. We're just waiting. I'm not telling you that this Friday the 13th, you're scaring me. No, I'm trying to wake you up. Because you have multiple, the politics we got to worry about. We got this migrant thing to worry about. But I'll tell you what you really need to be worried about on this Friday the 13th. You need to be worried about the book of Revelation. You need to be worried about the rapture. You need to be worried about some things. Really do. I want to play you something because now that all these migrants are here, you know, you're seeing it everywhere. Springfield, they're sending $2.5 million to try to help with that because not they're giving that money away. They're trying to help people that can't have insurance now that are Americans. They've given all the money, they've given all the resources to them that they're bankrupt. Not only that, New York is doing it too. But what's happening is at some of these hearings, these illegal migrants are starting to bitch and gripe and complain because guess what? They ain't getting enough benefits. True.
Correct for this.
But at the shelter, the food, my kids cannot eat the food at the shelter. And they give us 2 months to stay at the shelter, and then you have to go out again with your luggages and the kids and find another place. It's very difficult.
In listening to everybody speak and making demands on New York City to do more, how much more are we supposed to do? This system is so overworked and overburdened. We don't have the resources that you need to get what you need. I mean, your testimonies move me tremendously. I don't want to see anybody mistreated in any sort of way. But I have to ask you, what motivated you to come here thinking the streets are paved with gold? They're not.
Boom. She nailed it. Out of money. My kids, we come here to America and you all don't give us the food that we like. You give us free housing and everything for 2 months and then expect us to do something. Welcome to America, where you have to work your butt off to have a future. Welcome to America, where you have to work to have a home. Welcome to America, where all of us have to work to have a car, to have insurance, to have a driver's license. Yeah, that's right. Something legal, to actually pay our taxes, have a license plate on the back of our car. Welcome to America, where you have to buy toilet paper. Welcome to America, where you have to buy drink, you have to buy food. Welcome to America, where you pay an electric bill, and you pay a water bill, and you pay a gas bill, and you pay a trash bill. And if you want the luxury of internet, then you pay that bill too. And if you want a cell phone, you can go get one of the Obama phones if they're still out there. But if not, you got to work to have these things. Guess what? Welcome to America, migrants. Welcome to America. No, our streets aren't paved with gold. Whoever sold you that bill of goods, you need to go back and slap the crap out of them. But better yet, when you come to our country illegal and you come to this country and you demand these things, when our own people are suffering, you know what? Get the hell out and go back home. We don't need your stuff here. You're going to come here and help build America? Fantastic. Go through the right channels and be a U.S. citizen the right way. But when you come here illegal and you start draining the American people's funds and the American people's way of life, it's time for you to go. Go. Yep, I'm saying it, guys. I'm saying everything that you wish you had the balls to say. I haven't, and I'll say it. I'm telling you, they need to go. There is no other solution to this. You understand? Money's running out. Oh, but you're in America. You can just print money. Whatever. Unfreaking believable. We've taken over your hotels. We've taken over your apartment complexes. We've taken over your city. We're wrecking cars like crazy. Crazy. Now we've got the dogs and the cats and the geese and whatever else is going on. But I'm going to sit down in front of you all and I'm going to gripe to you because you all can't meet my needs. Like I said, get them a daggone tent, a can of Chef Boyardee, and a bottle of water. Yep. Give them a bucket so they can crap and pee in it and take them out to Kamala Harris's house and put them on her front lawn. Period. Let her write the check that she opened the doors for to support these people. Let Joe Biden let them take care of this. He's got enough money. He's taking it from China and Ukraine and everywhere else, along with his crackhead son. But this happens because we have not been Americans. How dare you say that to me, DC? I'm going to say it to your face. We have to stop taking these politicians' words. We have to stop letting Sylacauga, Alabama, you of all people, stop believing these fake politicians that sit in your city council. Oh, but little Bobby, I've known him since he was 2 years old. I used to change his diapers, and he's so good, and he's a man of God. He's on that. Let me tell you what. If they're screwing the American people and screwing their own communities, I don't care how much they praise God. I don't care how much they raise their hands, maybe speak in tongues, dance around. I don't give a crap. But I'm telling you this, it's time for Americans to take back America. You better do it. Rush Limbaugh preached this message 15, 20 years ago that it was coming. Thank God for the voice of Rush Limbaugh. I hate it that he's not here anymore. But I'm telling you the daggone truth, people. You may never come back to this show again, and that's okay. That's okay. Because I'm not here to what? To kiss your rear and to blow smoke up your butt. I'm here to expose and also make you think and see what's going on in America. The audacity of these people to come back and say, well, you've You know what? You've only given me 2 months of free rent, free utilities, free everything, and free food. But you know what? I hate it because that's all you're giving me. And my kids don't even like the food that you're giving us. And now that I can't do anything, I'm having to go to a shelter. And now that I'm in a shelter, it's uncomfortable. My kids don't like it. How dare you, Americans? How dare you? Welcome to America, where we all have to work. Welcome to America, where some of us serve. Some people lose their life in the military. For that broad to sit and bitch like that. Give me a break. You exactly right, enforcer. Deport them all. Deport them all. Mark DC's word. I'm telling you, you better hear me loud and clear. There is going to come a point in the next couple months that the law enforcement is not going to be able to contain what's happening. They barely can do it now. And what they do put out there, it gets pulled back. I listened to a police officer yesterday tell a story of how he was speaking up against stuff on his TikTok and on other social media. And his buddies was like, hey, man, great job, man. You're nailing it. That was at 5 o'clock in the morning. And by 8 o'clock in the morning, he gets a different phone call. Says, hey, take that down. Because you've had over 400 and some thousand people see the message of truth. And we can't do that. Police officer says, he's talking and he says, hey, I just told him no, I wasn't going to do it. Says about an hour later, get another phone call from the chief. The chief says, listen, you've made your point. Take your media down. And he says, I'm not going to do that. And he says, well, then we're going to go about this other angles. Because you cannot, here, listen to me. You cannot ruffle the feathers of the governor. Because the governor don't like it that you're speaking the truth about what's going on in America. Vote that fat pig out of office. Period. We need God and the military to intervene. We need God to intervene. And I didn't say military because here's my reasoning. If we open up that bag of worms to where they're taking care of things, it's really going to get rough. It's really going to get rough. We have got to understand what's going on. Not only understand, but start changing some things. That's why I keep telling you all, over and over, stop doing business with people and businesses that you know do not have your best interest at heart and your family's best interest. That's why I have no problem with missionaries. Matter of fact, I had a friend of mine text me the other day, and he was in India. He's a missionary. I have no problem with him. I have a problem with our churches in America. I have a problem with them. I really do. And I'm not anti-religious or anti-God at all. Not at all. But I have a really hard problem swallowing the fact that we raise millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars off the backs of people in our sanctuaries to send to some other country that could give a rat's rear end whether we lived or died. And not only that, we go and build orphanages, and that's fantastic. Praise God. You're laying up treasures in heaven. I've heard that too. And it's fine. That's fine. I'm not knocking it, guys. But when you are doing that and you have you have a church full of people and say 25% of them are unemployed, or the single mom in there, there shouldn't be one day that a single mom has to worry about her rent, worry about whether her kids are going to get fed or clothed, or have a Christmas or have a birthday. But they do, because our minds are not fixed on our own. They're fixed on some other person in some other country that says, hey, what you're giving is, oh, I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. But can you do this extra? Can you do that extra? Milk a cow as long as they will. My problem is the fact that we have people that are homeless, jobless. How about this? How about take the single mom, Pastor? Take the single mom, go to her. Hey, how can we help you better your life? I need to go to college. I can't afford it. We'll pay for it. Because you'll send hundreds of thousands of dollars to some banana land, and the only thing they care about you is how much money you're sending. Trust me. Trust me. A salesman will say anything he wants. Anything that you want him to say. How about that? He will say everything you want to hear to get you to buy a bag full of poop. And you'll think it's a bag full of gold bars. True story. But when we let me tell you something, a lot of people, there was a pastor out in Atlanta, Georgia. I used to follow him, really did. Thought he was a great orator. I thought he did good. And of course, you have a couple people make accusations, try to ruin people, all this other stuff. But I'm going to tell you what. Here's what he did. I was there for this service because I was coming through town. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to go check his place out and see what he is. I get there. Big place. Nice place. Big place. And he's preaching. And as he's preaching, people will come down and they'll throw a dollar bill or throw something on, not a dollar bill, throw money on the altar or the platform, whatever it is, because he refused to take a salary. And a lady walks up during his preaching and throws some money on the platform, and he stops his preaching. And he says, hey, you, come back here. The whole service stops. We're talking thousands of people. This lady comes walking back down the aisle. And he says, do you live in this area? She says, yes. Okay. He says, do you work? No, I don't have a job. He says, where do you actually live? Do you own a home? No, I live with my parents. Now, this is a grown adult. And she says, I had a lot of things in life that's just done me in. He says, you walked up and all you put down was $1 on the altar. And I'm going to show you what $1 will do when it comes from your heart. And he says, I am stopping this service right now. And I will not go any further, any more preaching or anything else until this lady is guaranteed a job here. And he says, and we'll wait. And he just stands there and waits. She starts crying. And he said, I'm still waiting. And within 10 minutes, 4 or 5 people just start coming down and handing her information. And he says, I don't want no pyramid scheme. I want somebody that can actually hire her on the spot. She had like 4 or 5 people coming down trying to hire her right then. And while that was going on, she's crying because her life is starting to be changed in the service. Okay, I'm going somewhere. And as this is going on, people are coming up and just throwing money on her to help her. And after everybody's done, and there's a lot of money laying down on the floor on top of her, He looks down and he says, well, now that you have a job, you're going to have a car. So we're going to buy you a car. And now that you have a job and you're going to have a car, you're going to have a house. So what we're going to do is all this money that was given to you, plus all these hundreds of dollars that's on the platform, I'm going to match everything. And we're going to make sure as a church that we put a down payment on a new home for you. Because there's no way that you can come into church and sow only $1 and not even be asking God for anything. And I said that to say this to you church people and pastors. If your church is not actively changing the lives of people every service, stop giving people carrots. God's fixing to do this. God has given all of us the power to change lives now, immediately. Immediately. Start doing it. Oh, but we're changing so many lives in Africa. How about you change so many lives in your own hometown? How about you look at your own congregation, your own neighbor? How about the elderly neighbor or the elderly people that has had absolutely nothing? Their husband has died. How about that? Change somebody's lives. Change some people's lives. We'll be back in just a moment.
You are listening to the Excellence in Online Broadcasting Network.
Hey, everybody, it's DC, and today I want to talk to you about Birch Gold Group. And we recently had some monumental news that no one else is actually talking about. And for the first time ever, the interest the U.S. pays on its debt surpassed every individual budget item except Social Security. And that's right. The U.S. Now spends more on interest than on national defense or even Medicare. And it's only getting worse as big government continues to spend recklessly. And that's why savvy Americans are turning to gold, and something not tied to the inflated dollar is what it is. And you too can can do this with the help of Birch Gold Group. And for over 20 years, Birch Gold Group has helped tens of thousands of Americans protect their retirement and savings by converting on IRA or the 401k into an IRA in gold. To learn more, go to birchgold.com/rumble, birchgold.com/rumble, and get a free, no obligation information kit on diversifying your retirement into a gold IRA. Birch Gold has earned a A+ rating with the BBB and thousands of happy customers. Protect your IRA or your 401k. If you want to do that, go to birchgold/rumble and get your free information kit on gold today. I wanted to say one thing here on behalf of Rumble. I'm grateful for that, but I want to encourage you, the audience that's listening, to download the Rumble app. And that way you get the notifications every time that we go live. And also when you do that, be sure you follow us. And it will help remind you, when we do go live. And also, the app is available everywhere for TV. It's available for TVs also. So make sure you download the Rumble app. Once you download it, you search for my channel, DC Intel. It'll pop up, and follow the channel directly on that app. This will make sure that you get a notification every time that we go live, and keeps you informed. And also, if you click on the link in the description or the pinned live chat to download the Rumble app, actually on your phone also, it's free to do that. And if you prefer to watch us on a big screen, which is pretty cool, we are also available now on Apple TV, Android TV, Fire TV, Roku, LG, and Samsung TVs. All you need to do is just search for Rumble. Once you get that, download it, search for DC Live, and every time it'll be on your big screen. Sounds great, don't it? There's nothing like a good cup of coffee. 1775coffee.com. You need to check it out. And, it's time to say goodbye to Starbucks and say hello to Rumble's 1775 coffee. It's unlike other brands. This is a coffee that backs free speech and is unapologetic about it. Visit 1775coffee.com and you can use the promo code STUDIO to get 15% off. And the coffee comes in medium and dark roast, and it also comes in pea berry, which is also similar to the Kana coffee. And in other words, its stuff is premium. It really is. So click on the link. Go to 1775 Coffee and click on the link, and you can directly order from there and use the promo code STUDIO to get 15% off today. Let me tell you something. It's called the Talking Trump Doll. This is the coolest thing. I want you to go to 47doll.com, 47doll.com, and check out the Talking Trump Doll. It's a beautiful plush Trump that says about 20 of Trump's different best phrases in his own voice, and these rigged trials and everything else that's going on. And go right now to 47doll.com, 47doll.com, and use the promo code rigged trials and everything else that's going on. And go right now to 47doll.com, 47doll.com, and use the promo code free Trump, FREETURMP, to save 10% and get a free display stand if you order in the next 10 minutes at 47doll.com, 47doll.com. This is awesome. Hello. All right, we're back. We're back. Anyway, looking through some of your comments here. Let's see here. Amen. Preach that. Okay. Lori Godfrey laughing. Old church moved out of state. We have prison ministry. And here's the thing: is every church. What I'm saying is this. If your church is doing this stuff, fantastic. Thank you so much for doing that. And thank you so much for helping the elderly and a lot of churches are older. A lot of the people have either moved off or even died off. It just depends on where you're at and what church and all that stuff. I'm pretty much talking about very large ministries that want to put their resources in places that are just ridiculous. Anyway, of course, there's a guy, I'm not going to play that, but anyway, there's a guy that's talking about going to Ohio, and they're actually on their way because they've been told that where a bunch of migrants are staying at, and in a tent city. Also, it was brought to my attention, and I kind of want to talk on it just a little bit here, is there is a gentleman. I don't know all the story yet, but I've reached out to his family now to get more information. His name is Javion McGee. Javion McGee. It's his name. And he's from Chicago, and he drove a truck, and he was actually traveling, and he got into North Carolina, and I believe, let me see, look at my mapping, because I had my mappings going on this. Henderson. I believe it's where it was at. But in North Carolina, and they found him hanging from a bridge. So I'm kind of getting information on it now. I'll play you a couple things here. Like I said, I did reach out to his family, his cousin also, that's been really posting a lot of stuff, trying to figure this out, but I'll play this.
McGee was a truck driver who had just gotten his CDL in June of 2024. He drove trucks throughout the summer and was on his route when, on September 11th, he would stop by the city of Henderson, North Carolina for his delivery. A short time later, his body would be found hanging from a tree behind a local truck stop in the area. Now, the local authority have been very evasive with the family, stating that he apparently had gone to Walmart and bought the rope, which he later used to end his life. However, the local coroner's office will not let his mother view the body, initially citing COVID as the reason. But then they later told her that the father has to give permission for her to be the one to come and identify the body. And he said that he would. She asked them for pictures in the meantime, and they told her, okay, fine, we'll send you pictures. But then they allegedly told her that, no, the pictures are too gruesome for you to bear, and we just don't think that it's good to show a mother pictures of her son in that condition. The story hasn't been covered in any of the local media, and the family is trying desperately to spread the word. #Justice for Javion. This has caused many people on social media to hit up the Henderson Police Department. So they released a statement on their Facebook saying, yesterday there was an investigation on Vanco Mill Road by the Vance County Sheriff's Office. Since this morning, our agency has been mentioned in some Facebook posts about the investigation. I want to be clear, this incident did not occur in the city of Henderson, nor have we had any involvement with the investigation. Apparently, the area on Vanco Mill Road is just outside of city limits, and the Henderson Police Department only governs the city of Henderson. The Sheriff's Department is the one that governs the county of Henderson, which means the rural areas outside the city. Well, not the Henderson County, but Vance County. So apparently, Henderson County covers a completely different area in North Carolina. I need the Vance County Sheriff's Office to come with some answers. Stat. It's already going to be hard enough for a family to believe that their loved one would take themselves out in this manner. Okay, no family wants to believe that. But given the historical context behind Black people in America being hung from trees or from bridges, etc., there is a sense of urgency to ensure that we thoroughly investigate just what happened. My question is, why make it that much harder on the family, being evasive, making it difficult to view the body, making it difficult to identify the body, making it difficult for the family to get answers in the first place? Why make it an uphill battle? See, now what you're going to get is backlash. Now you're going to get outrage, and now we're going to blow this story up to where it's national media attention, because y'all won't do right. Y'all are making shit 10 times harder than it needs to be. This is already a tragic situation. We need answers, point blank, period. Answers should come in the form of the security footage from the Walmart, showing him walking into the store, purchasing the rope, going to the checkout, walking out of the checkout with that rope that you guys said he bought to allegedly end his life with. We need that receipt showing that he had purchased that item. We need footage of him walking out of the store with that item. We need footage from the truck stop showing him headed into the wood line behind the truck stop. We need these things. In 2024, you should be able to provide these things. If it happened the way you guys said it happened and there is no foul play involved and this is a tragic case of a young man taking his life, then show us the evidence behind that. If you don't want uproar, if you don't want terror, if you don't want people coming to you guys and flooding y'all with all this stuff, do right by the families of.
All right. Yeah. So the thing is, if there was injustice with the way the law enforcement is handling it, then yes, they need to come clean on it. I 100% believe that. It doesn't mean that they will, because years ago, you see here, years ago, probably I would say 2000, I actually was a part of an investigation that was in North Carolina, and I'm not going to say where it was at, but anyways, well, I will tell you this. It wasn't in that area. It was in a very different location, and I had no idea how racist and how disgusting that little area was. But the same thing happened. They had hung a black guy, black gentleman. They hung him from a bridge, and that was and of course justice was done in that, taken care of. But here's the thing: any kind of crime like that, that's just absolutely disgusting. I did see the video that was released from the Walmart with supposedly this guy. I believe 100% that was not the guy that they're showing. It doesn't even look the same. And the other thing that kind of bothers me is the fact that your mainstream media, I'm shocked they ain't on this. I'm shocked they're not talking about this. And the reason why I say mainstream is because they're always about the extremism of stuff. And by him being an African American and being hung, that's just unbelievable. So actually this is a story that we will be completely following. Just Javion McGee. Follow that. Pray for that family because it's very traumatic and it's just horrible. The Tribune, the Express Tribune from North Carolina, it says concerns are growing after the alleged lynching of a black man in Henderson, North Carolina. And of course, the town is going to say it ain't us because it's right outside their city limits, but they still patrol that and everything. Javion McGee was found hanging from a tree in Henderson, North Carolina, and his relatives questioned the official suicide ruling and wanting more information, but are not giving anything. And of course, major news outlets are not going to be saying anything. He was 21 years old. He was from Bellwood, Illinois, working as a truck driver. And he had just got his CDL in June of 24. And he was on his way. He was on his route and stopped in Henderson, North Carolina for his delivery. This is actually his cousin talking here. And I'm taking a few seconds here because I want this to get in your mind and I want you to think about this and listen.
Hey y'all, I would have never thought I had to make this kind of post on my TikTok, but my family desperately needs your help. This is my little cousin, Javion McGee. He's from Chicago, Illinois. He was 21 years old and would have been 22 in a few weeks. He was found hanging from a tree in Henderson, North Carolina yesterday. He drove trucks, so that was his reason for even being out there. The police officers are trying to say that he went to Walmart and purchased the rope and hung himself. We obviously don't believe that, and we are just asking for your help to push his story out there. This isn't covered on any local platforms. No news stations, radio, none of that. So we're trying to push it out there. We really need your help. The police officers in the coroner's office are giving us a hard time, not allowing his mom to identify the body. At one point, they told her she can't identify the body due to COVID. And then the next day, today, they told her the father has to give her permission for that, which he said that he would. She asked if they could send her pictures at least. They told her yes, and then turned around and told her, oh, I don't think that you want to see your son like that.
Okay, so we get the point. Boy was, we just want to know what happened to him. This is in some of y'all's back doors in North Carolina. That's loyal listeners here. And I'm seeing some of your chats here saying that you haven't heard anything on the news about it. What I'm going to say is probably going to tick some of you off, but that's what we're good about, right? How can I say this? What if he was white? What if he was white? DC. Oh my gosh, you're throwing a race card out there? I'm not throwing a race card. I'm throwing a situation here. What if he was white? What if he wasn't? I'm making a statement. What if the scenario was different? What if it was someone that was within the LGBTQ community? See, the news only will tell you and give you the spin on things that they feel is good for business, that makes you go, oh, the news gets off on everybody. Oh my gosh. Oh my Lord. That whole, oh, shock and awe. Oh my God. Because that shock and awe, you go, man, they brought me some real news. But they didn't. Because the story behind everything has been doctored and everything else. I want to know what happened to this boy. He's a man. I want to know what happened to him. And if it comes out that he did do it, then he did. But here's the thing. We live in a world where there is cameras almost on every building, every street light. Plus on top of that, people have cameras, people film things. This story needs to come out in the wash, like now. Like now. And if the boy was murdered, then they need to investigate it. And if the powers that be in that town, law enforcement, that had their hand in it, then they need the same kind of treatment that they gave the boy. But there needs to be some transparency. Needs to be transparency in this. Because it's not about black, white. It's about we all bleed red. We're Americans, right? So whether he was black or white, it doesn't matter. The fact is that this is a horrible way to die. We would just like to know what happened. And if there was really a bunch of evidence showing what he was supposedly doing prior to this, it would have already been released. But the only thing that's been released is a picture / from a video and a little bit of video footage of supposedly this guy at a Walmart. Doesn't look like him. Keep your eyes on the prize. The prize is we win. The prize is we're going to have a good election. It's going to be rocky. It's going to be wild. You're not going to lose faith. You're not going to be bent out of shape, because every day we're going to be here to keep us all calm, right? Gitmo, I'm working on that for tonight. Normally I'm here on 8:30. I'm probably going to be a little later just because I have things I have to take care of. I think I have a job and things outside of this I do. Another thing that's coming out, and it will be coming out maybe this weekend. I'm not sure. It may come out today. But the January 6th pipe bomber story, it's about to be broken wide open. And if I hear it first, I'm breaking it right here. It will be the career ending of dozens of federal employees. It will also be probably the ending of a presidential campaign. Not only that, it'll be the end of congressional and Senate careers. And let me stop here. Remember what Kim Clement said. Listen to me. He said, there will be a Snowden that arises. Okay? And is going to reveal something that will actually embarrass both these parties. Plus also it will hurt that candidate. I believe we're about to, well, let me stop. I know it's just a matter of waiting on when we get it. I know that it's coming out. It will be as big as, it's going to be way bigger than last week when we came out with the whole audio video of the girl in the bar with the Department of Justice chief, the chief, talking about all that going on in New York. Accountability is coming whether they like it or not. America is in a shambles right now. We can't be like so wound up on one thing, wound up on another, that we forget the prize. And the prize is we win. Prize is we win. I was going to say this the other day, and I totally forgot it. But I'm going to leave you with this one last thought before we end the show. And that's this. In the debate, Kamala Harris was talking, and Trump said something to her, and she goes, "No, that's not true. That's not true." When it was her time to speak, she said these words verbatim. When it come to Ukraine, and if you do not believe DC, go back and listen for yourself, okay? And I want you to hear me clearly. And this will be another big step that's going to change this election a little bit in the favor of Trump, but also it's going to embarrass the Democratic Party so bad. And even Kim Clement prophesied that something would happen. The embarrassing moment. When Kamala, when it was her term, she said, well, when it comes to Ukraine and Zelensky, I personally, now she's saying this, she as the vice president of the United States of America, I personally went to Ukraine and sat down with Zelensky. And not only that, and she's proud of this. Go back and listen, guys, because I'm about to blow your panties off here. About to blow your underwear off, your socks, your shoes, whatever it is. She says, I went to Ukraine. I sat down with Zelensky. And I went there and I had a meeting with him. And she says, I shared with him classified information. That way he had the upper hand with Russia. Stop right there, guys. It's called treason. She admitted to the nation that she committed a treasonous act. Listen clearly here. Listen closely. Go back and watch it for yourselves, guys. Go back and just watch it and you will see what I'm talking about. It's 1,000% legit. She openly said she took classified documents, information, went to Ukraine, another country, to another president, had a meeting with him, and shared that information with him so he could have the upper hand over Russia. It is called 1 billion Trump's billion % treason. That is a treasonous act. Don't you think for 2 seconds the Trump administration overlooked that? That was noticed by Trump, and maybe just say, let's just X Trump out of this. That was noted by the military. She's going down. It doesn't matter. It wouldn't even matter if Trump lost at this point. She's not even going to be in that. She's going to go down she's going to go to Gitmo for treason. She openly on the networks that were trying to put traps out for Trump. She openly admitted that she went to another country as an official as an official, the vice president of the United States goes to Russia. Let me ask you this. Who in the hell does that? Goes to another country, takes classified documents. We put people to death for that. We put them to death. And that nose-talking piece of crap she's lied to the American, everything she's done. The best thing she's ever done in her life is stand on national TV and say, I disagree with you, Trump, because I went to, as the vice president of the United States, I went to Ukraine and I sat down I've sat down with the President Zelensky there and I shared with him classified documents and information to help him get the upper hand over Russia. But you want to push Russia. You're Russia's friend. Well, I can guarantee you this. He didn't go to Russia and take a bunch of classified documents over there against China or anybody else. She committed treason, and she did it right on live TV. She's going down. Mark my words, she's going down. I can guarantee you there's already a docket that's been created, and there's already a file that's been created, and her name is on it, and it's just a matter of time where she will be scooped up, and her little Indian, black, or whatever the heck she wants to call it, but will be out there, and she will face a military tribunal for treason. And let me tell you a little something. The Democratic Party will have the biggest black eye that's ever happened. Oh, I'm sorry. Shouldn't have said the word black eye. They'll have a purple eye because I don't want anybody getting you're getting racist. They'll have a purple eye. But just like the Democratic Party always does, they will throw her under the bus just like they did Joe Biden. You got it right. Timber. She's going to get Bo. Facts. Facts, facts. Y'all can screen record what I'm saying right here. I'm telling you right now, that witch is going to get Mo. I just could not believe she said it. And and the other day I was so mad, steaming over it. I was going to talk about it, but I lost track of time. But she shared. We put people to death for that. You let that be Russia, that someone shared classified documents from Russia to America or whatever. But you know what? The Democratic way is this. We do whatever we want to do, and you just have to take it. I got news for you. You're about to see the Kim Clement prophecy come to pass, because the embarrassing moment that he's talking about that is going to happen and everyone knows, she did it on national TV worldwide, committed treason and admitted that she committed treason. So for your Friday the 13th, yep, we've talked about a bunch of crappy things that's going on in America, but you know what? We're on the right track. We got the Department of Justice running. You got the chief of Department of Justice that's screwed. You got New York State that's screwed. You got Georgia that's screwed. Yep, this election is up until it's going to get bumpy. Buckle up, buttercups. It's getting bumpy. But I'm telling you right now, we win this thing. I'll try to catch y'all tonight. I'm going to be a little late. I'll be on. DC out. Have a great day.
So true. Sacrifice made for the red, white, and blue. Fight for tomorrow.
so true. Sacrifice made for the red, white, and blue. Fight for tomorrow. Hold on tight. Shine a light, make it right. Fight for tomorrow. With all your might. Keep the faith in the night. We won't give up. We won't back down. Stand together in every town. Whoa. Fight for tomorrow.